Okay, so we're starting for the sake of the people taking a freaking park test. Under 10 minutes.
All right. Oh, wait, no, I'm here.
10 minutes and 10 seconds.
Start at 1.
I'll put a timer on.
Sure.
10 minutes, 10 seconds.
You can start doing that when 10 minutes is up. Here we go. Quintus. And, okay, so we're starting. Quintus Athenas advenit. And Ken, why don't we try just shouting the answers out? No one will be able to hear you anyway. So shout whatever you want. Okay, here we go. Navis tandem ad molem religata est. Well, the last ship was moored to the pier. It's not really present tense. We'll learn in 2 chapters or so. Quintus intera maxiit. Quintus intera maxiit. Yeah, Quintus goes out onto ground, disembarks. Festinavitque ad urbem. And he hurries to the city. Cupiens. Wanting, good job. Wanting ante noctem eo advenire. Wanting to arrive before night, excellent. Vesperiam aderat. Evening had now come is a good way to say it. Evening was now present or something literal. Cum agoram advenit. You can just say agora. Agora. Agora is the Greek equivalent of forum. What is forum? The downtown section, the business district. What is an agora? Is the same thing in Greek. But he's in Athens now, so we don't have a forum, we have an agora. Agora. Said Luna lucebat. So evening was already, evening had already come, had already fallen when he arrived at the agora. Said Luna lucebat. Good job. But the moon was shining, the moon quae, and that's what we're studying in this chapter, quae acropolim illuminabat. Good, and we have a Greek accusative here, acropolim, which illuminated the Acropolis. Diu omnia spectabat. For a long time he was watching all things. He was watching everything. Don't say everyone watched, because omnia is neuter plural, right? If everyone were watching, it would be omnes. Okay? But for a long time he watched everything. Parthenona videre poterat. He was able, videre, to see the Parthenon, another third conjugation Greek accusative. He was able to see the Parthenon. Templum nobilissimum Dei Athenae. That most famous temple of the goddess Athena. Et multa alia monumenta. And many other monuments. De quibus, and this is what we're studying in this chapter. So in previous chapters, we only saw nominatives like that, which. Now we're seeing oblique cases. De quibus. De about. So what is it? About which. Oh, wait, somebody's here. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Hello. Wait. Shh. So this is no longer just which in the nominative, but de quibus. Which is what? How would you say it? Somebody? About which. In libri sepe legerat. About what? Somebody say it. No, about which. In libri sepe legerat. Legerat. He had read. Right? So perfect. Which he had often read about in books. Good job. Tandem ad caponam redit. At last he returned to the inn. Et epistlam scripsit. Wrote a letter. Sicut patri promiserat. Same tense as above. Yeah, just as he promised. A little bit more careful because of the tense. Just as he, not promisit, that would be promised. Promiserat had promised. Good. Just as he had promised to the dative case. What case is that? Oh, I just said it. Sorry. To pater patris patri. To his father. And this is the way you always start letters in antiquity in the third person. Quintus patri matrique carissimis Oratiae. Now, why isn't Oratia carissima? To his most dear mother and father, and Oratia. Salutem plurimandat. So can somebody say just this? Quintus salutem plurimandat. Yeah, Quintus dot. Be literal for a second. Quintus gives salutem, greetings, many greetings, meaning warmest greetings, to the dative cases. Where are they? To his dearest mother and father, and Oratia. Okay? Here's now the letter switches to first person, which is typical. So up there it was third person. Quintus sends greetings, and then it switches to first person. Odie Athenas adveni. Today I arrived at Athens. What happened to the ad? Why doesn't it say ad Athenas? Because it's a city. Iter longissimum fuit. The journey was very long. Nec sine periculo, nor without danger, which is a cool Roman way to say rather dangerous. Nor without danger. Say it again. Because they ran into a storm. And he went through the Straits of Sicily. Weren't you? Maybe you weren't here. Yeah. They went through the Straits of Sicily and they ran into a storm. Okay. Oh, he's trying to slow me down. Nec sine periculo, not without danger. Sed tandem decimo die incolumes ad portam advenimus. Advenimus. But decimo die, on the 10th day, you remember ablative words, time words in the ablative case mean on. So on the 10th day, at last, we arrived, and you can tell it's past tense because of the advenimus. We arrived unharmed at the port. Ego statim in medium orbem festinavi. At once I hurried to mid-city, we'll say the middle of the city, at monumenta illa nobilia, de quibus totiens legi spectavi. And I saw those famous monuments about which, and that's what we're learning in this chapter, de quibus, about which totiens legi, so often I have read. And do you remember that translation of the perfect? Hold that in your pocket. It's not always read. It's sometimes have read. I have read. Because Latin doesn't have a preterite versus a perfect. Latin has one tense for both situations. I fell or I have fallen. Both situations you use the perfect. Okay, how are we doing on time? Oh, fine. Wow. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we have 2 minutes. And you, carissimi, you dear ones, quid agitis, what are you doing? Meaning, how are you? Omnia cupio audire. I wish to hear omnia, all things. I wish to hear everything. Que domi fiunt, which is happening at home. Remember, domus is like cities. It has a special case. It looks like genitive, but it's translated at. And that's called the locative. Everything at home. Segetes ne bone sunt, are the crops good? Argus ne vale. We won't talk about that. Is Argus well? Epistolum statum ad me scribite. Wait, hold on. Write a letter ad me to me at once. Mox epistolum longior. Now, do you remember from 2 chapters ago? Not a long letter, but a longer letter, or a rather long letter, whichever one you want. Write to me a long. No, wait. Let's read the whole sentence. Sorry. Scribam. I will write, and there's the future tense. Scribam, scribes, scribet. Am ace et, right? I will write a longer letter to you. Do you see? It's the middle column of long. Not longos, but longior. I will write a longer letter to you. Interia curate ut valeatis. Meanwhile, take care that you are well. And that's a great way to end a letter. You should end all your letters like that. In the singular, it would be cura ut valeas. Take care that you are well. And well under 10 minutes.
Yes, 30 seconds left.
Yes.